Want to turn next to Congressman Buddy Carter, Republican of Georgia. He's joining us on this pretty big night of news, although a lot of us congressmen not particularly surprised, not shocked, not anything. I mean, this is kind of logical in some ways that Joe Biden couldn't do it. What are you thinking tonight?
Well, what I'm thinking is that, I'm thinking about the 14 million Americans who voted for Joe Biden, who have been disenfranchised by the Democrats who have essentially taken this choice away from them. I'm thinking about the party of democracy that has been misleading the American people all this time. You know, we're in uncharted waters here. We're in an area we've never been before, where the chosen nominee is no longer going to run. And all of a sudden, we realized that the Dems for the past 3.5 years have been rushing to the defense of Joe Biden, when all along, as we suspected and as we really have known for a while, that he's not mentally and physically capable of handling the most demanding job, the most important job in the world.
Soviet Union. You know, Leonid Brezhnev, the party wouldn't talk about it. The media wouldn't talk about it. That guy was dying for 5 years. Everybody saw him decaying, you remember, on the top of Lenin's tomb. And it's like that. I mean, why would the New York Times, these supposedly aggressive journalists, curious people, it was happening right in front of them, and they never wrote about it. Our own James Rosen actually stood up and asked the president, "Sir, I got a poll here that says 70% of the country thinks you're failing mentally. Care to comment?" And that was 2 years ago. And they attacked James Rosen. What does that say about, I mean, it's just totally bizarre. And that and everything else that's going on, we're in deep trouble.
They are in deep trouble, and thank you for pointing out that it was not only the Democrats and the far left who are covering from him, but the media needs to be held responsible for this. Everyone who has been involved in this cover-up needs to be held responsible. And let's face it, what do we have now? Kamala Harris? Well, look, these policies that have failed the American people for the last 3.5 years, that have resulted in the worst border that we could possibly have, resulting in thousands of lives being lost as a result of fentanyl coming across that border, killing our citizens, criminals coming across that border, killing our citizens, like Lakeland Riley here in the state of Georgia. And then the weakness on the world stage, inflation at 20.1% higher than it was when this administration started, and crime running rampant in our nation. All of that is a result of the Biden-Harris policies. And make no mistake about it, Kamala Harris is just as responsible for these failed policies as Joe Biden is.
Hey, this just in, Congressman. U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle expresses her support for the recently announced Blue Ribbon Panel. It's a Blue Ribbon Panel that's going to get to the bottom of what happened last Saturday in Butler, Pennsylvania. My goodness gracious, that she is still putting out public statements, pathetic public statements. They've said virtually nothing. And talk about stuff being totally upside down and backwards and wrong. This is something else. And it's crazy in a weird way. That horrendous moment is already fading from view, right? And people are moving on. I know members of Congress are not going to take their foot off the pedal, but I mean, I can't believe that they haven't had press conferences, that they haven't made information available to the people. This is, again, back to our Soviet Union adversaries, and they don't even do this stuff anymore. Well, some of them do.
Why she has not resigned already, I do not know. And let me tell you, you talk about putting the pedal to the metal. Tomorrow starts the hearings. The Oversight and Investigations Committee under Jamie Comer, they're going to start their investigation tomorrow. On Tuesday, the Homeland Security Committee under Mark Green, they'll start their investigations. The Speaker has already announced that he's going to appoint a special committee with subpoena power to start the investigations. If she is around by the end of the week, it will amaze me. She needs to go ahead and resign. This is ridiculous.
Congressman Buddy Carter, we appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. To be continued.